Yo, what's up, guys? It is Sunday, which means it is JOYTOY Warhammer 40k Sunday. I got my man T3 with me. We're gonna talk some JOYTOY Warhammer 40k stuff, even though there wasn't really any news this week. We're also gonna talk mainly Mythic Legions and Beyithirr, the green dragon that I saw at Legions Con. So before we get into it, I want to say hi. Say hello to Mr. T3. How you doing, T3? I see you got a Wraith patch on your head today. That's very cool, sir. How's everything going?
I'm doing good. Just chilling right now after work. And excited to get into this talk about dragons, salamanders, and everything else.
Yeah, the whole Salamanders thing is because and I'll talk a little bit about it. I've wanted to buy the JOYTOY Salamanders, but I've been very good about being selective about what I'm purchasing. So for the longest time, I bought no Salamanders, and then lo and behold, this green dragon comes along, and I don't have an excuse anymore.
Perfect time.
Exactly. So anyway, so we got people in the chat. I know that we got Blake, we got Conquest, and we got Mythic Dolphin. I want to say hi to you guys. So we got, let's see what they're saying. So Conquest, let's go. Mythic Dolphin, my other half just gave me approval. Ooh, so you're gonna get, so we'll talk about this in a little bit. Because I did my pre-purchase on this also. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Mythic Dolphin, it's good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining. Conquest is apparently spreading the fire of the Salamanders and Beyithirr, so that's good. And Blake's in here too. What's up, Blake? What's going on, sir? It's good to see you again. So let's jump over. We're gonna start sharing the screen. We're gonna see exactly. We're gonna start with Beyithirr. We're gonna start with the Mythic Legions Dragon because that's kind of the big news for the week. Again, there really isn't much for JOYTOY. We kind of covered it last week with Angron coming out, and Zeph is Sunny in here because I'm going to mispronounce this incorrectly a ton of times tonight. So Zephyr, so the Blood Angels 30k
No
figure.
R, if I remember correctly. No
yeah,
R.
Zephyr. So, or Zephyr, something like that. So he wasn't. I thought that he would be announced this week on the normal sellers. So right now he's still only purchasable on the merch hammer, and then the unpainted figures, which were not announced on any normal retailer, so not by JOYTOY or Cool Toys. I would assume in the next couple of weeks. But anyway, we're going to talk Green Dragon. I know people have very strong thoughts on this, so let's jump over and let's start talking. All right. So first thing first, okay, I want to state it right now. I did the pre-order. I'm all in. All right, I purchased when I went to Legions Con this year. Here's a little bit of backing. Made a short about it. I went to Legions Con. I actually picked you up some stuff too, right, T3?
Yes.
Yes, I got you some of the Valaverse stuff. So when I went to Legions Con, which I go every year, I went with the intention of buying some stuff. Once I went there and I saw the dragon in person, they had two of them. Once you saw it, I was like done. I was like, I'm not buying anything. I'm gonna save my Mythic Legion pennies, and I'm gonna buy Beyithirr when he comes out. I don't really care. There's one of them. Oh, you have a custom head on it too. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I knew immediately when I was at that con, when I was at Legion Con this year, I was 1000% all in on Beyithirr. So that was kind of the deal. I knew I was gonna get them. The pre-order for me, I thought was going to come before Christmas. It actually didn't, or right after Christmas sometime. So they pushed it back a bit farther, which is fine. And then I figured that the price was going to be about $800. I didn't realize that they were going to do so many of the add-ons, which are cool to me. So, and I also live very local to the Four Horsemen, which are in New Jersey. So I'm on the East Coast. So they announced I think it was a couple of days before it went live, that they were going to give the option for free shipping for pickup for anybody who lives local who wants to come pick it up. The only caveat to that is you're going to have to get it when everybody else gets theirs first. Now, I was originally thinking of that, and I was like, you know what? That's not that big of a deal. I can wait. And then I realized, I'm like, no, I'm going to get too angry because I'm going to see everybody else with theirs and I'm not going to have mine. So I'm like, you know what? Let me see what the shipping cost is going to be. So the shipping wound up being, I think it was about $70 to me. And actually, that's kind of crazy, $70, which means it's going to be huge. It's going to be humongous boxes. So I went all in. I bought the 2-packs. I bought Beyithirr. So I got everything, and with shipping, it came to a little, I think $5 under 1,000, right? So that's again, I saw this thing in person, okay? I saw this in person. I have the Masters of the Universe Classics, Castle Grayskull, and Snake Mountain, okay, by Super 7 and originally by Manny Collector. This dragon is going to fit perfectly with that, and it's also going to go into kind of the other subject that I have, the Salamanders, right? Kind of an excuse for me to get them, which is going to be perfect. So that's the backstory for me as far as like what I'm doing and why I am all in on this. I'm a Mythic Legions fan also. I've been since I think the second Kickstarter or third Kickstarter that they did. So that is the deal with me. So what is your, actually, first, before I give you the floor, let's take a look at, well, we got a couple more people in chat. What's up? What is up, Jaeger? What is up, Smoke? What's going on, guys? So Mythic Dolphin, I am a proud Legions mom, and Beyithirr was the first visual thing noticed in the room, which my mate thinks is awesome and epic. Dude, let me tell you something. I think that this is going to be an awesome centerpiece. I took my wife into allowing me to put it up. So obviously she's not going to let me, but I'm going to broach the subject. But I think that this is awesome. I want to state the record. I think this is great. I saw it in person. I think it's awesome. Okay. I think it's a piece of art in a lot of ways. Okay. And because I'm a huge Four Horsemen fan. Now they came out with this graph, right? And so this is going to give us, because it has to hit, I think 2,000 is what it has to hit before it goes into production. All right. Just want to make sure.
Oh, it has to go into 2,000 to reach production?
It has to hit 2,000 before. Beyithirr needs 2,000 units sold to enter production, and each add-on set needs 1,000 units. So right now, after the first day, we have 1,000 of the fiery pack, which makes sense because we have 500 of the fiery pack and 500 of Beyithirr. It looks like 500 and about 300, 250, a little over 250 on the Epic Wings pack. So that's where we're sitting right now. Now they just updated this. I think I saw it was 3.9. So yesterday is the last, or today this is the last time that they updated it. So that's the deal. Each of the add-on, the total price on Beyithirr, and we'll go over to this really quick. Let's show it here. So Beyithirr, where's the prices? Hold on. Where is the order for him? Here it is. Okay, so Beyithirr, and I'll bring this in. Okay, Beyithirr is 550. Okay, the Dragon Fiery add-on pack, actually 550 is really, like, I'm actually surprised it's 550. The Fiery Breath add-on also comes with a skeleton figure, right? It comes with this see-through. It's not skeleton, actually. I don't think it's like a knight.
Molten. Right? I wanted to call it like molten knight, or like he's like burning, starting.
Yeah, correct.
Which so, I dig that.
Yeah, so this is, again, this is really cool. I haven't even taken a look at it. To be honest with you, I don't really care about the figures, to be honest with you. Once I saw the fire, and I saw the fire person, I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care. And then they came out, then they have the add-on for the wing, because it comes with wings. These are just really large extra wings. And it comes with also with a figure. Beyithirr himself also comes with a figure. At least I think, yeah, he comes with a, I thought he comes with a figure.
He does.
Yeah, they don't show it here.
Or I think here it is. He does, but it's at a tier of if you get it or not.
Yeah, correct. I believe you're right. Here it is. This is Sir Benegar with upgrade set. Figure unlocked at 2,500 units. Yep. Upgrade set unlocked at 3,000. So it looks like him, and then he gets like some unlocks at 3,000. So that's the deal. So we have 550 for the dragon. 150.
Oh, the dragon comes with two. He comes with the skeleton and the knight.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Well, let's go. So here. Oh yeah, he does actually. You're right. So this is if it's unlocked, right? Ashen Skeleton unlocked at 3,500. 4,000 is, I guess, all the extra heads and stuff like that. And the same thing for Sir Benegar. He comes with a standard figure, and then he has all this extra stuff at 3,000. So the dragon is 2,000 to fund. Each of the add-on packs need 1,000 to purchase to hit the goal, and then those will be added. Those will officially go into production, and then I want to say, so it's what is the? So here's the add-on. No, it's an ad. So that's what is the? Do they have goals here?
I believe the
1,250. Yeah, wow. It actually comes with a whole bunch of stuff. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff. That's a 1,250. This is, let's see, this is the extra. So this is the fiery breath, head and neck, including with the add-on set. So the standard is what it normally comes. Oh, it comes with actually the neck too. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
That was just the head. Wow, it actually comes with, okay. So these are the add-ons, right? So 550 for Beyithirr, 150 for the fiery breath, and then the 150 for the wings. Okay, and then there's obviously there's each of the tiers that you get to. So now looking at that, right? 550, 150, 150. This is where it's at right now. It's at 500 for the fiery pack, 500 for Beyithirr, and about, I guess, 250, 300 for the epic wings pack. This was last updated today. I guess it hasn't moved because this is what it was yesterday. I would assume that this will move more by Friday of next week when people get paid. We also got tax returns coming in. So I am all in. Okay. I purchased each one of the packs. I don't even care about the add-ons, right? I don't, as far as like the unlocks for each of them. I just want the dragon, the wings, the fire. Whatever else comes is whatever else comes. So that is my spiel. So I'm going to give the floor to you with all those facts, right? So you can take it and you can go with it. What do you think?
So, as someone who is like trying to get into Four Horsemen, who isn't sadly dropping any of his collected lines, I have to like really think about the budget and everything. And a lot of it is,
sure,
can I fit this somewhere into wherever I have space? And it's just like, do I have the money readily? No. Could I definitely pay for it? Yes. Do I want it? Very much so. I would love to have it also as like a piece that I could repaint up, because my dad was a huge dragon person, and he had this awesome tattoo that was on his arm, which was a dragon and a lady riding that dragon. I would love to recreate that as like a mural piece somewhere in my room. But it's just like, I don't know if I can do the pricing at the moment and justify it.
Sure.
And it's just like, then it's like it hits me with the add-on packs, and I'm like, I can kind of understand the 150 for the head and such, because it's like it comes with the fire, it comes with the additional neck piece and the head. Like, okay, I can understand like that's got to definitely deal with some like tooling and stuff like that to get all that situated. And then the painting, and then the figure that it can come with if it hits that goal. That's cool.
Yeah.
I hate that it's tied to the add-on though. It's not like an additional pack that you could just buy him or a couple of him. Because it's like, if I want more of those, I gotta buy multiple of those heads.
Yeah, I will say this. So have you been a part of any of the
HasLabs?
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think of the last time the Mythic Legions, I think it was the Advent of Decay or something. When they did a true like Kickstarter, right, where they had like unlocks. This hasn't been done for a while. Like the last one, I think it was the one that was really the one that blew up everything. I forget. I think that was I want to say the Advent of Decay or something. It was the one with all of the. I know somebody in chat is going to correct me, but it was with the the non-knight armor figures. So it was like the elves and stuff like that. And that had a ton of unlocks, and they blew through those unlocks. So looking at these items, again, like for instance, the head and the fire, the figure, right? The unlocks are, I just think they're going to hit them. And I know I took you completely off your train of thought, so I'm going to give you back the.
It's all good.
Go ahead.
Like I don't doubt they like knowing how big people are for Four Horsemen. I don't doubt that it's not going to hit those goals.
Yeah.
How quickly though, that's where it can teeter.
Yeah.
And everything, because it's like it's 500.
Yep.
And this is their first like big thing. This is also like I hate to be that person, but like this also brings up into like the similar vein of like the way it feels. It feels very much like how HasLab has been going about their thing, and it's just like a lot of the community has talked about how that was bad.
Yeah.
Especially with what they did for some of their things and what they did for tiers on some of them and blah blah blah.
Yep.
In terms of the dragon pricing, $550. It's hard as someone who like I don't have the best of job, but like I can get the money in probably in like 2 weeks, no problem.
Sure.
But it's like to justify that to my mom, who I live with, and then also in the space of what I have at the moment, because it's like I've got a lot of things I'm trying to fix, like trying to get some more shelving. I need to get all that situated. I'm trying to get my truck fixed. I got to get all this. There's a lot. So it's just like, can I justify that right now over maybe like a figure or two? Sadly, no.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I know how the toy market works is if I don't jump on it now while it's this price, its aftermarket price is going to be fucking skyrocketed.
Dude, yeah, I was going to say one of the things that with the aftermarket on this one, I mean, you're going to look at, let's say it only hits 2,000. Let's say it barely gets over the goal of 2,000. Yep. The aftermarket for that is going to be insane, dude, which means that not only is it going to have a small amount of the dragons available, I don't think that Four Horsemen will do one of these again. I don't think we'll see a red one. I don't think we'll see a black one. So,
or even a multi-headed one.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't think that, unless they said something different, I don't think that they will. This also has a goal of April 6th, so we have a month till this is going to be. This is only 1 month of pre-order. And Advent of DK, which was thank you Mythic Dolphin, that's the one I'm thinking of. That's the one I went all in on years ago. This was actually right before my son was born. That was the last time they did a Kickstarter like this. So this is very interesting.
Oh no, yeah. I figured you didn't have to buy the dragon for the add-ons or like the stuff. I was like, if I'm gonna get it, I want it like much.
Yeah,
I want to get all of it. The wings one, that's the one where it kind of like, why is that 150? That I want. That I feel like I need the most. Like you need to explain that one.
Yeah.
Because if it's just plug in and it's like there's no joints or anything for the wings to move or collapse or whatever, that's a single mode piece with like the one joint that I plug into the thing and then that moves from there. To me, that's too much for that. If you made that maybe 80 or so, I could probably justify and understand that more. Because it's like 150, and then like you have the figure there. It's like I feel like it's almost like you're saying the figure being with that, and then this is also that other thing that like even Articulated has made. Articulate Ninja has talked about for the HasLabs. Is like the price, whether I get this or not, has to make it feel justified.
Sure.
For wings for 150, I don't feel it does.
Sure.
The wings plus this figure, I don't know. Because how much is a standard figure? Because this is a very bare bones, not pun intended.
Yeah.
But bare bones figure.
1250. Yeah. This would be like a $34 figure, I would say, or even this is not a builder because it's a unique sculpt. So some of the builders are very plain. They don't have
Yep.
much. I mean, this is sort of very plain, but it's a unique sculpt, right? We don't have a sculpt like this. We have skeletons, but this guy is literally like he looks like he hasn't eaten. So this is, I would say this is about a $34, $35 figure. So then if you want to put a price on it, the wings would come in at 115, right?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying 100%. Again, for me, seeing this thing in person, I just, because they had them set up in two different, they had three of them. They had one which was unpainted, and I think was in parts. And they had that out and they were showing people. And then in two glass cases, they had two of the green ones. One was with the fire and the wings opened up, and one was just the standard with the everything that standard comes with. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think 550 for the, I didn't realize it was actually 550 is very, very reasonable, even without the add-ons. I think that's a really good price. I think that if you're worried about the price, just pick up Beyithirr. Don't worry about
the Beyithirr, the dragon itself, for the paint job, and much like how Mythic Dolphin is saying, it's like it's got all of the articulation points and everything like that. It's the first of its like thing for horsemen. That I'm not like discounting. 550, I can understand. Would I like it a little bit cheaper? Sure.
Yeah.
But it's just like, no, I understand that. That's fine. You can leave that price as where it is.
Yep.
Because like, especially if that does hit its extra goals, you get 2 figures with that. 550, that justifies that even more.
Yep.
For me, it's the add-ons on where they're both 150. That's where it's like I am.
Yeah, I could see. I mean, listen, the one with the fiery breath is going to be the sexier one.
Yes. Also, because I feel like a cool additional thing you can do, especially if you're someone who only wants to get the one and everything, and you're like, I don't know what to do with this other head. I can guarantee there's probably going to be some customizer out there who's going to make a giant mount thing that you can pose that other head on as if it's like a trophy or something. Because that'd be a dope thing to display on your wall. It's just like giant dragon head.
It would be. Yeah. No, you're 100. I think, okay. Again, I saw it in person, so I'm very jaded because once I saw that at Legions Con, I already knew, like, I didn't buy anything, dude. I didn't buy anything at Legions Con. I bought a couple of things for you, and I think I bought like 1 or 2 like light things, and that's it. Like, I did not buy anything because I saw him and I was like, you know what? I'll just feel better if I don't buy anything because I know this is gonna be a hefty price tag.
No, fair. And this is like as much as I wish I could see it in person, because like yes, I totally understand that's gonna make you want to buy it more. Like I see it. For me, it's like I've already put sentimental value in that of like what I would want to do with it.
Yeah.
And everything. And that's why it's like for me, it's like I do want to jump on it. I just can't.
Yep.
But it's like I hope everyone who does get one or multiple enjoys them. Absolutely loves them. And I hope that they can reach all the goals to get everything so that way that feels much more worth that price. And everything. And such. Because it's like if I'm going all in, like you said, it was a little under 1,000. In terms of a first of its kind 4/4 horseman getting to doing this big of a thing, cool. That seems like it's a reasonable price. I want to say because you said it was like what 70 for the shipping, which is
So well, that's to me, and we'll talk about this in a second.
Yeah.
So I want to bring up so Mythic Dolphin. The epic wings are 150 because of the size. Wings are so they are ratcheted. The dragon has 50 plus. The articulation on just the tail alone, when you see it, you're like looking and trying to figure out where they hid the articulation because it looks so good. Epic wings are a full 6 inches of height to the dragon. Each epic wing is bigger than Eric Treadway's. What is she saying? Each epic wing is bigger than Eric Treadway's ear. He sculpted Beyithirr personally. I think bigger than his head. Okay. She's saying it's bigger than his head. And he's got a big head. I've seen Eric in person. He's got a big head. I agree with you. Like it's 550 for the dragon is a great price. The add-ons of 150, 150, 300 is more than half the price of the dragon. I don't. Again, it's tough because I saw it in person, man. I don't even care that the figures are with the add-on packs. I'm fine with 150 for the fiery head and breath, and I'm fine with 150 for the wings. Don't go by what I'm saying because I'm very I don't care. Like I knew I was getting this anyway.
But this is great. It's two perspectives. It's yours that came from someone who is immediately buying it and who has seen it in person, and me who hasn't seen it in person and is just going off of this.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's like again, I do want to get it. I do wish I had the income to just drop on it, no problem.
Sure.
And stuff. It's just me. I can't.
Yeah.
And it's just like my other thing is like, because I've wanted to jump into collecting a lot of the knights because I'm a huge knight person ever since I was a kid, and I love army building. But I've heard and I've seen mixed things about some of the knights since what was it? I think it was the Gallant or whatever, the one that had like all the extra like articulation. Has his body mold been implemented into all of? See, then that's where it's like for me, it's like I would love that new knight, or especially the one that comes with him to be that body.
Mythic Dolphin. Have they actually haven't followed? So have they done any other figures? I feel like they have with the Valiant Knight body. I feel like they have actually. Now I'm thinking about it because I actually haven't bought any of their pre-orders because of like my JOYTOY infatuation and Warhammer 40K, but I'm always keeping an eye as far as like my collecting for Mythic Legions now because I sold almost everything. Is the vampires. So vampires I'll always pick up, right? I have every single vampire still from Mythic Legions, and also very particular like cased ones, right? Like ones that I definitely want that have a very unique look. So, and then obviously the dragon was 1000% to that. One other thing I want to talk about really quickly is the shipping, because this is going to be monster size. The last time I gotten something sent to me, which was large, was the Super 7 Snake Mountain. And that thing was ginormous, dude. The box was huge. Now I live pretty close to their warehouse. Okay. $70 from me for shipping means it's going to be ginormous. And I think I heard somebody was talking about that they were getting it shipped to Alaska, and I think the shipping was like $300.
Whew.
Yeah. So that's what I thought, Mythic. So all the Necronomicus knights have Valiant articulation, and every knight going forward. Okay, so they are moving forward with all of the Valiant knights, so that's cool.
Okay. So that makes me want to actually like dive into getting some of those knights, because like after seeing who was the other person? I'm blanking on his name. He's
so
a
then
great
that means
toy
actually
YouTuber. But he showed like all the posability between
Sure.
the Valiant Knight and the original Knights, and I'm like, oh yeah, if I'm gonna go with someone that's gonna pose and do like cool scenes with, I want that extra articulation.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if that's inside this burnt out guy, and if it's on like,
it's 100%. If
exclusive knight,
if
I want him.
Mythic Dolphin is correct, which she is, then these two knights, because we got the fiery knight, right?
Also, I love that he
Burning Knight.
has partially burned like hands and legs, so you can put those on.
Oh, dude,
if you want.
I love his sword. I love the fire on that sword. It's so great.
I'm hoping the sword, the fire, is removable, because I would love to put that fire on that guy, his sword, because it's so bland. But he's the Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Him having a flame sword would be much cooler.
Very cool. Yeah, I 100% agree with Mythic Dolphin. These are definitely going to be a part of. They're going to have the new Valiant body. I can already look at it and I can tell that's the new Valiant body. So it's going to have the additional articulation, which is obviously another selling point. Again, I don't even care that's coming. Figures. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know. Like, they'll probably just like hang out in their boxes. I don't even care.
I'm sadly that annoying collector who's like, "Oh, you show me nice shiny thing.
No,
I want." I can't get it now. Cool. Oh, I'm sad.
I like the chainmail head too. That's really cool. That's really
I
cool.
would probably only keep him with the helmet just because of how cool that is.
Yeah.
The horns and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think this. So listen, it's right now. It's. I actually thought that this was going to go quicker, just because of the way that Mythic Legions, their Kickstarters have gone in the past, and like their sales. Maybe because they have Cosmic Legions now, and they have they spread themselves out a lot. Maybe it's not so. It's not going to be as. It's not going to be as fast as I originally thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see when they do the next update on this, and we'll see what it's going to be like next weekend. That's what I'm really looking forward to
I
see
do also
what.
want to say giving it a month feels very rushed.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not actually longer, because Advent of DK was that was a long time. But again, like that was a different case when we were in a different role at that time. Yeah, this 1 month thing, again, I think because they had it at Legions Con,
And
and they had
figured so many people
all
have
of
seen
their
it.
fans there. Yeah, I think because they had all of their fans there, I think they're under the impression that 1 month is going to hit the goal and exceed it.
And it probably will. I'm just looking at this now because like
Mhm.
we're what, day 9,
Yeah.
and it went live yesterday or today.
Friday at 7 o'clock.
Okay, so like 2 days ago.
Yep. And a lot of people, again, we're gonna again, next weekend will be a good barometer, right? Because I want to see what it's like after everybody has a full week, they've digested it, they can see their plans for buying this, because it's a large item, and after the paycheck next week, plus people are going to be getting their
Oh, Dolphin's hitting me with all the keywords that make me go, I want.
Dolphin has stock in Four Horsemen, 100%. So again, like looking at this graph, I would be very surprised if it hasn't hit 2,000
Like how you said
by next weekend.
Yeah.
By next weekend, I would be very surprised if it doesn't hit 2,000 by next weekend.
Do you want to do a Dragon's Watch where like the end of each week or whatever you check?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Especially because I'm already in on this, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you about the tie-in to 40K and JOYTOY Warhammer, because this is JOYTOY Warhammer 40K line stream, right? So I'm still going to tie that in. So I'll explain like in a little bit how that's going to be. But the other side of this is the shipping. Okay. Now I already shared with you that I live very close to them, right? One of the reasons why I go to the Legions Con that each year is because it's in Jersey and I'm in New York. I'm very, very close to them.
Yep.
Now, we already talked about someone from Alaska said that they did the shipping and it was like $300. West Coast, it's going to be like $150, $200. So it's a lot of money as far as shipping. But like, I don't know, like when you're buying, like for instance, with me with JOYTOY is more of a specialty line, right? They're expensive. Like a regular figure is like $30, and we're talking about a 1/18 scale figure, right? If you're comparing this to like Val is what, 30 now? 30, 35 or 25? What is Val's prices?
It's dependent on the figure that he's doing now. If it's the base army builder with like no gear, it's like 20.
Yep.
And then if it's the one with gear, I want to say it's around 30 still.
Okay, so it's about 30.
It used to be 35, and then it went down to 30, and I think the
it.
exclusives and everything are 35.
So Valverse is a 6-inch line. The 1/18 scale, it's 4 inches, 4 to 6 inches. It's about 4 inches for 1/18 scale figures. So like it's more of a specialty line, right, with JOYTOY figures. Same thing with, I feel like with a lot of the Mythic Legions, I think that if you're it's not the same thing with Val. Val is also more of a collector. It's not a Hasbro classified line. Hasbro classified figures are what, 20, 25 now?
25. They're reaching up there into the 30. Because
it's kind of crazy. But yeah.
A lot of the figures have started creeping up on like some of the sites, because I think I was looking on Walmart and like most of the figures that have just been released for the current wave are already still like around $30, or they're $24.99 because they're not selling. But then it's just like, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
a lot of their like the deluxe figures have reached up there into like the $50 range, and they don't even feel like deluxe figures.
Yeah, you're talking about the Hasbro specific or Hasbro specialty figures.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of going back to what I was saying. I feel like I don't know. I feel like with Mythic Legions and something like this, it's a special thing, and they don't really do this. I mean, what was the last? They never do anything like this, right? It's just generally their figure lines. It would be nice if we see something like this again in the future, but they've never done like a play set. This is their real first like big thing that they've done.
They've kind of like, I want to say they've slowly or have been dipping toes like very dippy with Cosmic Legions in terms of like, oh, here's this small little side set that has like a battery charger or something that you can place around like a hideout or something.
Yep.
And it's just like, I know people have expressed, oh, we would love, what was it in the recent Cosmic Legion? They were like, oh, the tram or the vehicle that the people were riding over looked really cool. And then I think earlier on, they were like, oh, can we get those, the cages for like the prison cells? Like those looked cool. I know that was a big ask.
Yep. Dolphin said that, so this figure is exclusive to only this. I remember them saying that. So in other words, this type of figure is going to be only here. You'll never see this kind of sold out outside of this particular set as far as this type of a figure, as far as the Burning Knight. So, and then going to what Smoke was asking, the East Coast was this his question? The East Coast to cost more to get there. The East Coast costs more to get there. So if you're asking, so it's 70. Again, I live really close to them. I actually 70. I thought it was going to be a lot cheaper.
So I'm wondering if that's them like upcharging due to like all the precautions they're putting into like the packaging just to make sure it gets to you safely.
I think it's just because the box is so damn big, to be honest with you. I think a minimum, I would be shocked if I think a minimum on the shipping is $50. I think that's where it went.
I want to say that's what it was for when I got my, what is it, the Dragonflies.
Yep.
And like those were some decent sized boxes when I got those.
Yep.
I remember my mom giving me shit for them too.
Yeah. Now, so Mythic Dolphin, are you gonna do the so I can place my order the week of March 24th due to the billing cycle that gives me 52 to 56 days payment for enabling paying on a budget. Okay. Now they have also, you can do a payment plan through Shopify.
Yep.
So that is an option. I think it's like 4 payments or something like that. So you could set it up, you could do payment plan on it. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I can understand why people are saying, you know, and especially because it hasn't hit the goal yet. I actually thought it would be farther along than what it is. I actually thought it was going to hit 2,000 within the first 2 days. I thought this weekend we'd be at 2,000. So it's not concerning.
I didn't know it needed to hit 2,000 for it to be it's going into production.
Yep.
Like that's where it's like, whoa.
Oh, okay.
Was it even for HasLabs? It's generally like around like the 1,000 or the 1,500 mark. And like, so for me, it's like hearing now that 4 Horsemen wants to hit the 2,000 mark. They're going further than HasLab, at least of the ones that I followed or that I remember.
Yeah. So Mythic Dolphin, my family has already has a reservation for Legions Con 2025. It will be our 3rd annual family Legions Con vacation. That's cool. So I see your shipping is 67. So you actually are closer to them than I am. So I'm actually going to be at Legions Con this year again, but you're not going to recognize me because I'm going to be dressed up in a
well, I'll recognize you because I follow Warhammer.
So I'll be at Legions Con this year, but I'm dressing up in a full Warhammer armor, which I'm getting from a company called CG Armors. So I'll be at Legions Con this year. I know it's not exactly like Legions Con. Well, actually, it's kind of
Oh my god.
okay because it's Cosmic Legions too.
Could you imagine if Legions, Four Horsemen did a Warhammer like collab? Oh,
They should do that with the Cosmic Legions. They should do like a
I already felt they kind of did
tribute.
with what was it? The soldier guy who they released for the Cosmic. I think it was one of the con or it's
Oh, well, kind
he
of.
looked like a
Yeah.
Kazakh or like a Cadian, and I was like, "Oh, is that what that?" And it was
Yeah.
like, "No, it's just basic
You're talking
soldier."
about
I was like, "Ah,
yeah. The one that's it's coming out this year. You're talking about the one that looks like Roadblock in a way, right?
I think so." Yeah.
Yeah. I would listen if Four Horsemen got some sort of did something with a flare of Warhammer 40K, I'd be in heaven. I'd be in heaven.
Oh,
So that would be awesome. I'm adding the Fiery Breath. I might add. So she's not completely in. So Mythic Dolphin's not completely in. So she's just gonna get the Fiery Breath, and she might add the Epic Wings. I'm totally in. I don't care. I don't even care that there's extra figures. You actually, if you want T3, you can have the figures. Not really, but you can have the figures. Not really.
I'll reimburse you if anything.
But yeah, I again it's for the 400 now sold. Oh, here's an update. Beyithirr is over 30% funded, having crossed over 600 units. Okay, so they're a little over 500. So they're at 600. The Fiery Breath add-on is now at 50%, which makes sense. That's going to be the most wanted ones. The Epic Wing set is at 4. Oh wow. I'm actually surprised. Because there's so many people on the they're questioning whether they're not going to get the Epic Wings. It's actually that's 40%. So I think that this is going to hit the 2,000 easily
So for me, it's also
overall.
when I'm thinking of its size and like people like already knowing like the number of like collectors and YouTubers that we've probably collectively have seen
Mhm.
and how they show off their collection.
Mhm.
It's just like, yeah, knowing how and where to pose this, it's like I feel like the base pose of how he is positioned,
Mhm.
where it's all fours kind of down with the wings down or
Yep.
like folded. I feel that's the best look, whether he's
Yeah.
breathing fire or not breathing fire.
Correct.
If you've got the space and you go all in with the extra wings, cool. Then you can display that beast like a god.
Sure.
And like I'm just like, oh, but it's like for me, it's like how I'm gonna pose him. Like the wings don't justify it for me.
Yeah. Again, it's
Also, the figure
the
for me, it's like
size of the
it's a meh additional figure if he does
yeah.
extra things.
Listen, I think the breath, right, is a
Breath is
no-brainer.
mandatory for me. Yes,
Yeah.
breath is a mandatory add-on.
I think the breath is a no-brainer. It's cool that they're adding some extra figures in with it. I don't care. Like, seeing this at Legions Con, like I literally was walking around, okay, and I bought nothing. Okay, I don't even care that there's extra figures. The dragon is more than you got. So from my perspective, it's this. I was a collector. I got back into collecting, I think in 2009 with the Masters of the Universe Classics line. Right now, that is sculpted by Four Horsemen, and at the time it was sold from Matty Collector. I got the Castle Grayskull. Okay, they announced a Granomir. Now, I was into Masters of the Universe Masters of the Universe, but I never knew that they had a dragon. Okay, so when they said they're going to be doing a dragon, this is what I envisioned. Okay, not what we got, and it's fine that what we got, but this is what I envisioned. Okay, so this standing next to my Green Castle Grayskull, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is going to be insane. But again, again seeing this in Legions Con, for me at least, I knew I was all in on this. I was all in on everything they were going to throw into this pack. I figured it was going to be about $1,000. That's what I figured. About between 700 to 1,000 is what I was thinking it was going to be. So, Mythic Dolphin HasLabs require 8,000 units sold to be produced. Beyithirr is 2,000 to go into production. So it's significantly less. Okay. And then if we want to compare like the last what was the last HasLab I did? I did the Cobra Hiss tank, right? And I want to say that was 300. I think that was 300.
350.
350 it was. Okay. So it was 350. So
I remember because I was gonna get 2, and then I pulled out because of just medical stuff that was happening.
Sure. So 350. So it's 550 again. 550 I think is way more than reasonable for this thing. This thing is humongous.
It's actually got paint.
Yeah, dude, the paint on this thing is insane. It's like the dragon, and I'm forgetting the name that came out. The blue dragon, which was like about yay high, and the colors on the dragon that they came out with was crazy. And then seeing this, oh my god, look at this! You can see like the individual little. They just, oh my god, like these things. Again, when I said before that this is a work of art to me, this is a work of art. This is something that, like, for instance, Joe Manglio, the big D&D guy who is married to what's her face, like he has like a D&D, he's gonna have this thing hanging from okay.
So I was jokingly gonna say I would love, because I'm writing and I'm gonna be doing a D&D thing soon, is I would love to just drop that on the table just to fuck with the players on
Dude, as DM you're like, yeah, by the way. By the way.
It's like, oh, we just killed the dragon. Oh, that was the dragon. No, that was its baby. They're like, its baby?
I agree, Mythic Dolphin. Many people say they're going to make a diorama set with just the fiery breath set. I agree. Like, I think...
I could totally see that, especially after the pictures from Legion's Con when you posted them.
Yeah. Again, I knew I was all in on this. I just have talked myself into the Salamanders, which we'll go into in a minute. But this is, again, it's a magnificent piece. If you are on the if you're thinking of not getting it, I would highly recommend getting the 550 version at the very least. If you can't swing the fiery breath or the wings, just do yourself a favor and get the 550 version, because I'm telling you right now, this is going to resell for at least 50% of the price that you paid for it.
Oh yeah.
Now shipping is going to be a problem for some people, right? Because they're already looking at 67 for Mythic Dolphin, and she's on a budget, which makes sense. Mine was 75, and I think I'm about close to 100 miles away from them. So that's another thing. If you're on the West Coast, I could see this going for $150, $200 for shipping. So that's definitely something to think about. But from my perspective, if you're a D&D fan, if you're into Mythic Legions, this is we've never seen anything like this before. They've never done anything like this in this scale, and they've never done anything like this. They've done statues of the D&D dragon. I forgot what it's called, the one with the multiple heads. So they've done that. Tiamat or something? Tiamat. They've done that, but it's been a statue, right? Yep. This is literally looks like a statue, but has articulation to it.
And that's why I was saying, like, oh my god, if they got to like a Tiamat scale, where Tiamat is technically a much bigger dragon than a green dragon. Correct. If we're going off of D&D, like size matters.
Yeah.
But also the multiple head posability. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they got to that, like that, I would totally understand. Hey, just that thing alone, 1,000.
Yeah.
And like for like me on like that standpoint of like a D&D person, if they went for that with posability, oh, I would totally save the money for that.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Looking at here's some scale comparisons, and I was actually going to steal someone's picture, but I didn't because I'm a good person. But somebody did a size comparison between the JOYTOY, the Nemesis Dread Knight, which I have for the Grey Knights, the Imperial Knight, and this picture. And it's actually pretty impressive seeing. It's on Facebook. I was going to use it as the cover picture, but I was like, I'm not going to do that. That's just stealing someone else's picture.
I have a sizing thing I would love to do a collab with you on, if and when you get this.
Sure.
Well, sorry, no, scratch the if. You are getting this.
No, I already ordered it. As long as it goes in production, I'm getting it.
When you get this, if we can get a chance to meet up, I want to bring my
Sure.
dragonfly and oppose it
Oh yeah,
next to the dragon.
absolutely, 100%. I'll have my Imperial Knight at this time. And by the way, Mythic Dolphin, or anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, the Imperial Knight is in Warhammer 40k. It's humongous. And it's going to be coming. I believe I'm going to get I'll get the Imperial Knight before this. And that's the other thing, is when is this going to come? I don't think that they've said when is this going to ship yet.
Well,
Because
I guess it hasn't hit the production line.
yeah, and again, they also take a while with their pre-orders. So I could see Beyithirr coming 2 years down the line.
Yeah, because I didn't get I didn't get the Kickstarter one. I think I want to say the only 4 horsemen stuff I have is the Headless Horseman, the second variant, because I missed out on the first one.
Yep.
And then I have the Santa Claus. Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely love the Santa Claus. So it's just like, yeah, those ones I really dig. I was like, I want to get into 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
No, a lot of me collecting so many.
Let's to be Legions since that time.
It's been all JOYTOY.
Correct.
Yep.
So I'm happy with the fact that, you know, I haven't bought anything, so I can buy something. Not that I haven't bought anything, because I bought friggin' JOYTOY figures out the wazoo. But this is something that I haven't purchased outside of the JOYTOY for 40k figures. So okay, so
18
says
months.
Okay, so that's about 2 years, close to 2 years. 24 months would be 2 years. So that's close to what I expected, Mythic Dolphin. So that makes sense. Yeah, I'll have, oh geez, I probably will have 2 Imperial
Probably
Knight.
have your pre-printed.
By the way, yeah, so actually I'll go really quick here. So I already have this queued up for this, but I'm gonna go really quickly because I want to show Mythic Dolphin my other thing I'm gonna be getting,
which is also awesome.
Yeah, this is the Imperial Knight. So this is humongous. This figure, just to give you an idea, this is a 1/18th scale figure. So it's about 4 to 5. Let's see. Here's an Astro Meltarn figure. So this is about what that size is. So the Imperial Knight's going to be monster size. And one of the things with these Imperial Knights, and with something that I have that's similar to this, is the Nemesis Dread Knight. This is all metal. All of this lower body, this is entirely metal. Not the armor, the pieces that are strapped on, but the actual core to it, the waist, the chest, and the bottom leg. It literally looks like you went to Home Depot and were like, hey, I need to buy a bracket to hold up like 15 tons of stuff. Right? That's what it's like. But I'll have this because this is coming. It's coming in June. I forgot about that. This is coming in June.
You'll definitely have him and his.
Look at the price on this.
Painted.
Yeah, and now $6.99. Now, if we go back over to the Dragon, $5.50, and the Imperial Knight isn't. It's similar in height. It's gonna be awesome, dude, and have both of them to do. Woohoo! I can't wait, dude, to do like a size comparison between the two.
I want to say with how big I've seen the JOYTOY figures, I want to say he'll probably come up to like the wing joint of like where that goes in. I don't know if he's gonna go past it. If he does, but I feel like the Knight will probably be somewhere around that range. Oh
no, Knight. Well, if we go by that picture I saw on Facebook, Knight is going to be about up to, on this picture, about eye level with the dragon. So
really, okay, yeah. Wow.
Knight's going to be big. That's going to be really big. So I have that coming. I have the Beyithirr dragon, and again, so to put a capper on this, I am all in on all of these. We're at a pretty good from their update that they had. I just closed it out. Where's their news update? This is just looking at it. Oh, it was right here. Sorry. So looking at it right now, they're about 50% of the way through the fiery. They're 30% funded for Beyithirr, over 600 units sold. They have to hit that 2,000 mark. I 100% believe this is going to hit it. Now, looking at these, the epic wings and the fiery breath, yes, we're 100%. We're at 50 and 40 and 30. We're going to hit the minimum. I don't know about the extra goals. I don't care about the extra goals.
Yeah.
But I definitely think this is definitely going to go into production.
Like you said, by payday, or of people who are still waiting on some of like their tax returns, which I still have to fill out.
Yeah, I still do my taxes too.
They should definitely be done with this either by next week, or I want to say mid of the week after.
Yeah,
they'll probably hit it.
I would think so. I think, again, like if you're looking at this picture here, which is an awesome picture, size comparison wise, you have a standard, you have the goblin, you have a standard size figure, you have the horse, you have the forgot the troll, and then you have one of the deities essentially.
I actually would love to get one of the trolls. I'm hoping they do, if at some point, if they want to retweak something,
Sure.
I would love if they could retweak the troll, probably like maybe better articulation for his legs.
Yeah, I had two of them. His lower half is just very statuesque.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm cool with it because it's like, I do want to get one, and I want to use it for my channel, and I want to do a custom gift piece to a very close friend of mine who is a huge troll person.
Yep.
So that I've been eyeing for a while.
Yeah, I think, like I said, looking at this, oh man, this thing looks awesome. Just the amount of paint and everything. I'm gonna sit here and keep on talking about this. I'm gonna put a capper on this.
You want it? I would love to have it.
Yeah. What is your final?
Get it.
Hearing everything, what is your final thoughts? Do you think you're going to get the standard version?
If I had the money, yes.
Okay. And you would want the fiery breath, but the wings, like Mythic Dolphin is saying, is up in the air right now for you, right? If you were going to get it. Okay.
Like for me, definitely fire breath is very much needed because that's a cool fucking effect. The amount of things you could do with that, even just as the posability.
Yeah.
But then also, my thing is, I would love the idea of that spare head. You put it as like a mounted trophy. For me, that's an additional bonus on that of just like a thing you can do with it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree. All right, so we're gonna put a capper here. Good, because we're hitting at almost midnight, and I want to be done by 12:30 because I want to do some Space Marine 2 game. So I am all in. I'm gonna get the wings, the fire, everything. It's almost at about 600 units right now for Beyithirr. I think this is gonna hit it. I think it's gonna hit it by the end of next weekend. I don't see a problem with it hitting the 2,000. The additional goals up to 4,000, maybe we'll see. But again, I'm all in. So if this does go into production, which I assume it's going to, the epic wings make it wider. Yeah, that's the other thing too. But I would assume, and I also like the ratchet on the wings. That's pretty cool. But I would assume that this is going to go into production. I'll have it a part of my collection. And now we're going to go into how this fits into my collection, right? Because I've been talking about that I cut my collection, off at the legs last year when I drove down to Hero Source Toys, awesome store by the way. From him, and I sold like half of my stuff. I sold a lot of my, almost, I'd say like 90% of my Mythic Legions, my classified GI Joe figures, a lot of my classic GI Joes that were still in like boxes and like sealed and stuff. I sold all my stuff to him. So because I just wanted to concentrate on this particularly, right, with JOYTOY Warhammer. So now, and we already have this up here. Now we're going to talk about Salamanders. Okay, so we're gonna talk about why. So here it is. Okay, little history for me. I picked a particular couple of legions that I was going to collect, and at the time, the Salamanders were not out. Okay, they came out a couple years ago, and at the time, I was looking at them. And I looked at the green color because they only had Ultramarines and White Scars, and they had a couple of different ones, Blood Angels. And I was like, oh man, this green looks great. they're 1000% going to start blowing it out the water with these figures, because at the time they had a ton of Ultramarines and a ton of Blood Angels. So I'm like, you know what? I already have the Blood Angels. I'm a big Grey Knights fan. I'm going to stay away from these figures. And I stayed away from them. I regret it now because I want these figures. And now I set up a Discord, by the way. If you guys want to invite to the Discord for WraithMace, just message me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me. Message me on Instagram, follow me here, and I'll give you the invite to it. Because on the Instagram, on the Discord, there's also a awesome JOYTOY Discord. And one of the guys, Smoke, who is an awesome dude, and he helps me out. He's also doing the stuff with Discord with me. He let me know they have a buying section. I particularly wanted to get, first of all, I want all these. Okay. Second of all, as you can see, a lot of these are sold out. Now, a couple of these are going into reproduction. They're going to reproduce these figures. They're going to reproduce the Eradicators and the Intercessors. Now, these Intercessors are awesome. If you've seen any of my reviews from the Blood Angels figures, I love these Intercessors, even though they're smaller. The 2.0 buck, this is a great buck. It's a great figure. It's smaller. It's fine. They're going to re-release the Intercessor pack. It's 4 of them. I know they only show 2 here, but it's actually 4. And they're going to re-release the Eradicators. They're not going to release, as far as I know, Adrax and this one right here, which is important, the Blade Guard veteran. Now, he's unique in the fact that his power sword, he's the only one that has like a look, it looks like a fiery power sword. Okay. Now, when I went to see the price on him, right, I went to Cool Toys Club, which is sold out, and then I went to AliExpress, right? The going price is about $200 for this figure. Okay.
That's just the
eBay is about 170 something with with shipping, 200. Okay. So it's $200 for this figure. And as you know me, once I want something, I'm going to get it. Now, thank God Smoke was able to help me out, and he's able to find one, which is actually in awesome condition on that, like I said, on that Discord for JOYTOY that they have. They have a buying and selling section, and I'm a little reluctant to do it, but this guy has references and stuff, and he says it's in perfect condition. So I actually got him for $80 to save myself $120.
Nice.
So again, it hurts because I could have gotten him for $42 when he originally came out, and I decided not to get him, right? But I wanted him. Obviously, he comes with, actually, I don't mind their unhelmeted head because they have the Ashen head and like their whole storyline of their home planet and everything like that. But the Salamanders, because I'm getting Beyithirr, now it's the excuse. Now I'm like, you know what? They only have these certain amount of figures. When they come out with Vulcan in the Horus Heresy line, that's when it's going to be interesting.
Oh, right? Yeah.
That's what's going to be crazy, because I'm looking at the Raven Guard with Corvus Corex, and I'm looking at them. Now that I'm in on getting Salamanders, which, by the way, one of my favorite color is green. Okay. Now I'm all in on these. So I've got the Blade Guard. When I also purchased him for $80 from the guy, I got 2 Eradicators for $32. So he gave me 2 of the Eradicators. I'm not going to buy a third one because these are very limited with their weapon articulation. Like these hoses here limit what you can do as far as with the figure. So 2 is fine by me. I don't need more than that. And I have to purchase the Intercessors.
Oh, you only got the 1 Blade Guard veteran?
Only 1, yeah, only 1 Blade Guard, which is fine. If I can get more, I'll get more if they do a re-release, but 1 is fine. And especially because I play a bulwark in Warhammer in the Space Marine 2 game. Yep. Even though it's a power fist, I use it as a shield. It's essentially almost the same thing.
Well, you used the sword for a very long time, so if anything, that's more reminiscent of like your beginnings.
That is a good point. Now I'm also gonna get Adrax because he looks cool as hell. Granted, he doesn't have a helmet, but you can't really tell that he doesn't have a helmet. Because
If
his skin
anything,
is
he
gray.
would be your figure that would be good for displaying the Ashen Head.
What I want to
Because-
show here is look at Ajax for a second. Look at the back of his cloak. Tell me that's not going to work so perfectly with Beyithirr.
Oh yeah.
Look at dude. This is like, I know that their whole thing is they're the salamanders. Look at that. Looks like Beythirr's head on his shoulder. It looks so like
Or one of Beythirr's
they're
children.
yeah, their chapter symbol is so cool and it's perfect. Again, this is an older figure, right? It comes with a power hammer. It comes with I believe that's a flamethrower.
Flame
Yeah.
pistol.
Yep. So so again, I have two of them on the way. I have the blade guard. I have the two eradicators. I have these on AliExpress right now. I'm going to pick up the remaining intercessors. I think I have all four of them available. And then I'm going to pick up Ajax. So these prices are similar to what I'm going to play. There's four. Here you go. Here's the four of them. So I'm going to get the four intercessors. They're about $30 a piece. And then I'm going to get Ajax. Now, Ajax is, I think, 90. So he's not crazy more expensive, but he's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that is my goal. Now, obviously, I'm going to have these way before I'll have the dragon, and they'll probably come out with, I would assume I have Vulcan by that time. I would assume with the way that they're going.
Vulcan was already announced, correct?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
No. But I would assume where two of the more loyalist chapters that haven't been made that are popular is the Raven Guard and the Salamanders, right? I would assume that those are the more two, especially the Salamanders. So I would assume this year we're going to get one of those two, and within the next 2 years we're going to have both of them part of the Horse Heresy line, which I am super excited for. So anyway, in the meantime, in my excitement for getting Beyithirr, I needed something to hold because I'm a big baby. So I'm getting Ajax, and I'll order him afterwards, and I'll order the intercessors. And like I said, I'm really happy I got the blade guard because I was there would be something inside of me that would be always hurtful that I didn't get the blade guard for the Salamanders because he looks so cool.
I can already see a really cool thing of like Ajax on top of Beyithirr with like the hammer pointing out and him breathing the fire.
Oh yeah, dude. Like,
and then the blade guard leading the charge on the bottom.
So one of the things within 40K lore, the return of, because I would assume that because Vulcan comes back to life all the time, he regenerates, etc. I would assume that we'll see the return of Vulcan sometime. But in my head canon, Vulcan is coming back riding Beyithirr. That's what's going to be my head canon. So
I dig it.
So when they come out with what's up, Hobby Goblins? Thanks for coming in, man. You came in at the right time, my friend. We're talking about salamanders. I was talking about the Beyithirr dragon from Mythic Legions. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll show you a quick picture. It is this big bad boy, this green dragon in the back. And because I'm going to get this, I've decided that I'm now a fan of the salamanders. So I'm going to pick up all these JOYTOY salamanders, even though some of them are sold out. So that is my plan. I've wanted the salamanders for a while, but I've always, I've been a good person. I've been good, not spending the money.
Well, they are the good faction.
They're actually the true good guys of Warhammer 40K. They're if you
at
see
least
them
of the Space Marines.
If you see a salamander, come to your planet, then you're good. If you see any other chapter, especially the Grey Knight, if you see a Grey Knight, you're dead. Like, you're done, right? If you even see a Grey Knight, you're done. But the salamanders are the good guys. The salamanders are the good guys. And so, like I said, I think I'll be missing one eradicator from what I'm showing here, but that's about it, because this is the full list of salamanders. I originally thought they were going to come out with more after seeing this color scheme and these
surprised
figures,
they haven't.
and especially like if you look at the eradicators, they have a very different helmet on them than the standard larger the heavy duty army armament Space Marines, I thought they were going to come out with a lot more, which is
I want to
one of the
say
reasons.
that is the generic helmet that for in Space Marine 2 that the heavy guy wears.
Yep. By the way, so here's another announcement. So I want to, so what I'm going to be doing, because I ordered 2 of the Imperial Knights, is I have been wanting to find somebody to do a custom paint job, right? And so Hobby Goblins also is an awesome, they do painting and stuff like that, and they're like great painters. And so what I would like to do is we're going to talk about it. What I think I might do is talk about doing a paint job as Canius Rex. I want one of them painted up as Canius Rex. I know the armaments are going to be different. I know that, but overall, like if you look at what this Imperial Knight is, it's outside of like the armaments, it's identical to Canis Rex, right? The face, the way that the armament looks, like again, it would just be painting it up to be Canis Rex.
You could always be like, oh, it's Canis Rex Mark 1 with like the initial loadout.
Yep. So what I'll do is, again, we'll talk Hobby Goblins, we'll talk about it, and we'll see what you guys are thinking. But I think that this, if you guys did like a custom paint job on this for me and like illustrated it out over the course of like a bunch of videos, I think that would be awesome. I think that would be an amazing thing. Obviously I'd pay you for it and stuff like that, but what I would do is, this is coming out in June. I would just get it shipped directly to you guys, and then because I'm getting 2 of them, I would have mine on the side, and then however long, like I don't know, 6 months to a year to get the paint job, because you haven't painted on this type of scale before. I think this would be an awesome opportunity, especially taking a look at it and seeing what the textures are, because you have to see how you would have to prime it, or what you would have to do is, even if you could strip the paint. But looking overall at the figure, yeah, I would definitely be interested. Especially
I'd be worried about stripping that paint and then having to repaint it over.
Yeah, again, it would be something that we would talk about. But yeah, I think getting I want to get Canius Rex. I want him to be.
Do you have a spare Sentinel? I want to see if you have like something small that's of that variety that you can send him as like a test to get used to that plastic. Because the Knight, I feel like that would be like a piece he would probably want to have more comfortability like doing that kind of thing.
Maybe, you know what? I can actually. You talk about the Nemesis Dread Knight.
I was meant the Sentinel, the guard one.
You're talking about this over here. So the interesting thing about it is the Sentinel doesn't have any metal on it. Now the middle, you obviously wouldn't have to worry about being painted, because that's the metal portion of it that I was talking about. It's literally
they
steel.
said the armor panels are going to be metal too?
No. I see what you're saying though. It's going to be the same plastic that's on the Sentinel. That's a good point.
Yes.
That's a good point. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll talk about it on the side. Hobby Goblins and see. I don't know. Again, I don't even know if you're 100% in to do this, but we'll talk about it and we'll figure something out. So I have. So he's saying, I'm sure we can work something out. I painted on a ton of different types of plastics. Cool. And again, they just came out with the artist proof figures. Again, I don't think it's going to be the same plastic, but they do know that people are painting on these figures, so it'll be interesting. But we'll definitely talk about it. We also have to do. Me and him are going to do a dual opening on the Lion, which is another reason why I haven't opened up my Lion figure yet.
Ooh.
So he has a Lion, I have a Lion. We're going to do a video. We'll figure something out.
I think you're going to do the helmeted version. He's not.
Yeah, I love the helmeted hooded version. That looks cool as hell. If you've seen the pictures of me in paintball, I would wear a helmet, a mask, and the black hood, like a crazy person running around and like killing myself in the heat. But yeah, that's something
cool
else.
Though.
Yeah, it's cool as hell, except for the fact that the first 20 minutes I'm wearing it, I'm dying.
Sweat.
That's why with this cosplay, And people were like, "You're gonna wear that at your Comic-Con for the whole day?" I'm like, I would run around in full gear, and I'm talking 2 metal SMG guns, okay, and they're weighing at least 15 pounds. I had them attached to my vest, and then I had a full vest, full gear, everything. Like you see the gear on the Valverse figures. Imagine that with shoulder pads and with a air tank on my back, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I was running around with for a whole day. So I think it's similar plastic to the McFarlane models. Yeah, what I'll do is we'll talk about hobby, and then we'll see if we maybe I'll send you guys because I think I can get a Sentinel for pretty cheap, and then I'll send you a Sentinel. You could try painting on it, or maybe even because I can get a Nemesis Dread Knight for pretty cheap. But I'll send you something, and then you guys can paint on it and see what if it's doable. And then we'll go from there with it. But yeah, we'll definitely talk. We'll definitely talk about it. So,
I'll
but
definitely
yeah,
also have to check you guys out because
yeah, they do awesome battle reports. They're the again because I have that 6,000 point Grey Knights miniature army.
Yep.
I had planned on learning how to play the game, and so I'm slowly learning. And especially today, they did a World Eaters versus Grey Knights battle report. And so I'm hoping that the Grey Knights won, especially because I tried to help them win. But they're awesome. They all of their guys are tournament players. They've won tournaments. They've won this year. They either or I think in 2024. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hosen, but they've placed in some of the tournaments. So anybody who's watching my channel, anybody who's watching this on replay, check out Hobby Goblins Inc. I know I've shouted them out on numerous videos I've done in the past, but they're awesome. You got to take a look at their battle reports. They do them multiple times per week. And if you're looking at learning the tabletop Warhammer 40K game, they are the guys to go to. They're also based in America. So they have that little tie too. So they're awesome. So again, Hosen, thank you for dropping in here and saying hello. And we're definitely going to talk about this. And we have another collab coming up with the Lion. So that's awesome. Yeah, so again, going back to what I was saying before, I'm gonna order my I'll order my salamanders, my remaining salamanders I need after this stream.
I see he's got a Champions of Russ enhancements.
ooh.
Yeah, yes he does.
You gotta check
Yes,
out
he
that
does.
video.
But yeah, so I'm gonna again I'll this is my tie-in to Beyithirr, right? I'm gonna pick them up. Yeah, that's really
Will you do the unboxings of them before Beyithirr, or will
Yes.
you hold on to them till you
Oh
get
hell no.
Beyithirr?
No. Granted, I know I have all my Primarchs behind me, but there's a reason why. But these are gonna get opened up, especially because the Blade Guard and the 2 Eradicators are already on. I think I bought them, they don't have the box, so they don't have the box anyway. So when I get the other ones, I'll do a video unboxing them all and like showing them all off, kind of like what I did with the Raven Guard and so on. So
Cool.
but yeah, man, these figures look great. I love that. I love the deep green on these figures. It looks so good.
So
It
does
looks
this
so
mean
good.
that you're now gonna get some Salamander merch and stuff?
No, I can't stop. So I've been pretty good as far as because I have Black Legion. I do have a Black Legion t-shirt. I have the Astra Militarum. We'll see
You
because
just did the order for was it the jersey and the other thing?
yeah, I did last week. I did the order for what did I do? I did the jersey for the Blood Angels, and I picked up that t-shirt of the Ultramarines. Nobody can tell it's an Ultramarine. I'm gonna wear that to work, really, but I'll know that it's a Warhammer shirt, right?
Well,
And the
hey, if
green
you
will
find
win.
someone at work who recognizes it, you now have a work buddy you can talk to.
So that's actually I want to highlight one thing. So Hobby Goblins, I've known some other teams which aren't known for their sportsmanship and their art accolades. There's Hobby Goblins is known for that because they're very well known actually within the community of Warhammer 40K, but their sportsmanship is definitely very good and top notch compared to some of the other people that I know. So I
That's
just want
very
to
good.
highlight it really quickly. So we got Blake back in here. So he's got all of the Salamanders. And so I'm jealous of you, dude, because I'm paying way more than what you paid on these figures. So yeah, so thank you for stopping in, Hosen. I'll be definitely talking to you this week, and we'll figure something out with the Imperial Knight. So thank you for stopping in, dude. I appreciate it. But yeah, so that is my deal. So I am definitely all in on Beyithirr. I already got the pre-ordered in. I got my tie-in to 40K right now. So I got these figures. I
Do
really
you know
don't
when
even...
those guys are going up for the reorder so that you'll have them?
Well, these guys. So what I'm doing is so they're on reorder right now, but they're all on AliExpress. You can actually, they have these in stock. So
okay.
I'm just gonna. So they, even though that these are on reorder, I think these two are on reorder. I think only these two, not these two. I
I
think
wonder
because
why.
these are the more popular. This one obviously because of the fiery piece on the back.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't even think this is. Yeah, on Cool Toys Club, they have two of them for pre-purchase, and when you try to buy the intercessors on Amazon, it says pre-purchase, and they're not going to be available sometime in May. So I'm just gonna buy them from AliExpress for the same amount, and I'll get them probably in 2 or 3 weeks. So, and the same thing for Adrax, I'll get him in like a week. And then the Blade Guard and the 2 Eradicators, the guy's going to send out, I think on tomorrow or Tuesday. So I'll get them within like the next week. So you guys will see a video going up within a month for these new dude, I have such a backlog. I actually have the one video I have to finish editing this week, and I told Krusty Old Crow about this, was I have the Astromel Tarum and the Krieg video, a combination of the two, all finished. All I have to do is finish adding audio and editing it out. Yeah, so I have all the Kriegsmen. So I got to finish editing that and putting that up. But yeah, dude, I have a lot more videos. So this week I'll have, my goal for every single day is to put up one YouTube short. Every single day, put up one YouTube short, which I've done because I have the stream. So it's easily, I don't know if you saw, I put up a stream, a short from the stream that we did last night, and there was one actually awesome part, and that's what I put up. It's a 1 minute, like, and we're playing on, it was me, Smoke, and Mr. Ink, and we were, they had both died, which is uncommon, by the way, and they were waiting to res, and I was on a point, and the door opened, and you hear me go, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Oh no!" And the wave of it was like 15 majors, okay, in this tiny room, and that's what the short is. It's just I actually played really well. I was like blocking, I was parrying, I was dodging. I was like, yeah, I'm doing good.
The skills coming in,
dude. I'm really happy with. So anyway, so going back, I'm gonna do one YouTube short a day. It will be most likely on the gaming that I do right at night with Space Marine 2. I'll do a quick one of those, and I also have some other stuff in the works for some more White Dwarf reviews and some more Grey Knight stuff, some more miniature reviews. I'm all over the place. I like a smorgasbord of Warhammer 40K stuff I like. So it's good. So we got Mythic Dolphin back in here. Big Dolphin, you don't want the knights that come with Beyithirr, I'll buy them from you. I want more Beyithirr and Fiery Knight. So I will let you know. I will let you know. Subscribe to my channel and let me and I'll be at Legions Con because the figures won't be there. Let me know that, because you're going to be there, and we'll figure something out. So yeah, so Mr. Ink was in that video too. Super clutch moment. It was one, dude. Again, you guys got to check out that short. I'm actually really happy. I was a little fuddled today, is the word, I guess, trying to figure out what I was going to do for a YouTube short, and I knew I had the footage, and that particular thing stuck in my mind. I just didn't know if it was too long or long enough, but it was just the right length for a good video. So
especially because you wanted to catch all of that moment.
Oh, dude, so awesome, dude. It's such a good video. I'm really, Mr. Ink and Smoke did an awesome job, and we actually wound up winning that. That was on absolute difficulty, so
Nice.
we actually wound up finishing that, and we're gonna jump in a little bit to do some more Space Marine 2. But yeah, so I have some more stuff coming. Also, again, guys, I have that interview video with Sam Manatera. I thought that was an awesome video. If you haven't checked it out, I know it's a bit long. It went out officially today. I think it's a great video. I really enjoyed having Sam Man on the channel and doing an interview. And if I get a positive response from that, I'm gonna reach out to some additional folks. And I think that I'd like to do one of those a month or once every 2 months. It takes about, I put probably about 40 hours to editing that video. So it's a long process, but it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun doing it during that time. So so before we close this out, do you have anything else that you wanted to say, T3?
Not too much. I mean, besides like, hey, if something is what you're into, whether it's dragon, something else that is of the toy variety or something like that, and if you've got the space, you've got the income, and everything like that, jump on it, because it's like it is too hard nowadays to try to get that thing if you get the money later or stuff like that, because it's like it is these resellers, like how you were just saying about like the price for like some of these guys.
Look at the Salamanders. Look at this.
Yeah.
This Blade Guard veteran was $42. It's $200 right now.
for
Okay.
fun. And like, yeah, so it's like
200.
jump on the stuff while you can. I'm sadly, I know where my limits are, so like
Mhm.
I'll happily enjoy from afar.
Listen, I'm at a different point in my life. Okay, I'm an older dude. I've done my thing, and I'm just reaping the benefits and enjoying life right now. Okay, you're gonna get there too. Other people will get there. I will say, like I said, it's for me. But once I saw that dragon in person at Legions Con, I was already knew. I knew I was getting it. 100%. 100%. I knew I was gonna get him. So I agree with you. One thing I want to highlight here. So Blake is asking me, it actually took you 40 hours. Yes, it actually took me 40 hours to edit that video. One of the things behind the scenes, just so you know, is anytime if you watch that video, anytime that I switch to like a screen like this, instead of anytime that I'm on this screen where you see both me and Sandman, the sound is fine. When I switch to this, my mic goes out. And I didn't know that. And so when I went back afterwards, we spent 2.5 hours taping it, and he was gone, and he's in England. I was listening to it, and I was like, oh my God, I am not saying anything. So I had to go back and edit it out and re-put some audio because I couldn't edit everything out. And then also the other problem is, not problem, but I wanted to put a visual representation of what he's talking about on there. So there are a couple still photos, but I animated all of those other photos myself. And that's essentially also what took a lot of the time, as well as finding the right music and doing the cuts correctly, because I wanted to be as seamless and professional as possible. There's a certain, I don't know, it's just, I have fun doing it because I want it done a certain way. And that's what took me the 40 hours. So, but again, guys, if you like that video, if I get a good positive response, I'll reach out to some more folks and I'll do something like it, because it was a great experience. One other thing that I want to announce with this live stream is, so we're gonna have T3 on here more or less permanently, as long as T3 is cool with that. And then I'll also have some additional. So for instance, next week we're not going to be doing this at 11. We're actually going to be doing this at 4 p.m. Because I have a special guest who's going to be jumping on talking about Warhammer 40K. He has a YouTube channel, and he reviews Warhammer 40K figures and JOYTOY figures, some of the mechs and stuff. Previously, it was I think it was Mario's Hobby Warehouse was his YouTube channel. He just changed his YouTube channel to Finite Collectibles. So Mario is going to be on the show next week, and we're going to talk about Warhammer 40K. We're going to talk about his channel. We'll talk about kind of a little bit of an amalgamation of that interview with Sandman, but we're going to talk about also the news. Hopefully we get some news this week from JOYTOY and we get some more releases, so that will be fun. But we'll have infinite collectibles next week on the show. And again, I have some more people throughout the year who have expressed some interest in coming on. But one thing I want to do is T3's been awesome. I want to permanently have him on the show. We'll set up a third station for you to talk some stuff. So it's going to be awesome. So moving forward, we're growing the stuff. We're growing the channel. We're growing how we're going to do stuff. And as long as you guys are supportive, and what I mean by supportive is just like, subscribe, throw a comment in there if you guys liked it, if you don't disagree with my stuff, whatever you're talking about, that helps overall with the algorithm and helps everybody out there. So one of the things that
keep it cordial, people.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it cordial. I also, again, I set up the Discord this week. It's a little bit bare boned, but I'm starting to add to it. I think we have, I think there's about 15 different, no, not 15. I think there's about 8 different channels that I've set up in there for chats. We'll have more, but on that Discord, what I will share with you guys is some of the AI art that I create, and I'll put it in there for you guys. If you want to take it, you're more than welcome to, and you can reuse it. Some of the stuff that so one of the things that I'll highlight this really quick and I'll end this is with the AI art, I don't just go and I throw it into something and I create it. On these pictures, especially tomorrow when you see the YouTube short of this particular stream that we did here, the animated picture that you're going to see probably took me about an hour and a half to make and to get right, because I had to do a number of different things to it. And then on top of that, the cost for that, I would say that the when you see an animation in the videos, it cost me probably about 10 to 15 bucks per animation that you guys are seeing. So it's not, I know some people have made videos and talked about AI art. The garbage art that's out there, yes, some people just throw it into something and they make it. That's not what I do. I take the time to make sure that it looks good and it's what I want. But yeah, so I'll be sharing that stuff on the Discord. If you want to invite to the Discord, message me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me, and I'll throw you the invite and we'll have some fun in that Discord, and I'll announce some other stuff that's going on also inside of that Discord. So anything else, T3, while I just keep talking on and on?
No, just hey, enjoy collecting what you collect, spread the love, and just
cool.
Yeah, enjoy.
Cool. All right, guys, that's it. I am out. We're gonna do Space Marine 2 in about 10 minutes. So anybody that wants to jump over, we're going to stream some Space Marine 2 for about an hour. We're going to try some more absolute difficulty with Mr. OP Smoke, and I think we're going to do some with Mr. Ink. So we'll see. But yeah, guys, again, next Sunday we're going to do this at 4 p.m. So if you have anything else, let me know. If not, guys, I'm Wraith. I'm out. Later, guys.